Azure SQL Scale-Out is a powerful feature that allows you to distribute your database across multiple servers to improve performance and reduce latency. In this guide, we will cover the key concepts and best practices for implementing Azure SQL Scale-Out. First, let us define what Azure SQL Scale-Out is. Azure SQL Scale-Out is a horizontal partitioning technique that splits your database into smaller chunks called shards. Each shard contains a portion of your data and can be stored on a separate server. This allows you to distribute the load across multiple servers and improve performance. To implement Azure SQL Scale-Out, you need to identify the shard key, which is the column that will be used to distribute the data across the shards. The shard key should be a unique identifier for each row in your database. Once you have identified the shard key, you can create multiple shards and distribute the data across them. Azure SQL Scale-Out provides several benefits, including improved performance and scalability. By distributing the data across multiple servers, you can handle large amounts of data and scale your database to meet the needs of your application. Additionally, Azure SQL Scale-Out provides high availability and disaster recovery capabilities. To get started with Azure SQL Scale-Out, you need to create a shard map, which is a database that contains information about the shards and how they are mapped to the shard key. You can then use the Elastic Database Client library to connect to the shard map and access the data in the shards. Best practices for implementing Azure SQL Scale-Out include monitoring the performance of your database and adjusting the shard key as needed. You should also ensure that the shard map is up to date and that the data is evenly distributed across the shards. In conclusion, Azure SQL Scale-Out is a powerful feature that allows you to distribute your database across multiple servers to improve performance and reduce latency. By following the best practices outlined in this guide, you can implement Azure SQL Scale-Out and take advantage of its benefits.